Today's lesson and video is all about the coordinate plane. So we're going to review how to graph points, to connect them to make shapes, counting distance or perimeter on a graph, and also reflecting points over one or more axes. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through today's problems and we're going to do some freebies and some examples together. So if you have your packet, it looks something like this. You've got some hidden shapes and perimeter questions. If you flip it over, you've got some more of those, and then you've got some reflection questions. So we're just going to go one at a time through these, or you're using the slides that go along with this lesson. Either way, we're all doing the same problems. It's either on paper or it's in our slides. So it says for this page, it says there are 4 shapes hidden on this coordinate plane. Connect the series of points below to reveal them. Find the perimeter of the starred shape. So I'm going to scooch this down a little bit and I'm going to zoom in. So I'm going to give you one freebie on this side, and it's actually this one right here because this is the shape that we're also going to have to find or count the perimeter. So I'm going to use a couple different colors today. I just got a handful of pens. They're going to show up better on your video, or you can always just choose to use regular pencil as well. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to figure out which shape over here is going to land in quadrant 4. So I'm going to grab shape 3. And the reason I know that it's shape 3 because we start with a positive number for X and then a negative number for Y. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little box around all my points for shape 3. Now I'm going to plot these points in order and check them off. They're going to land over here in quadrant 4, and then I'm going to count up the perimeter. And if I go too fast, feel free to pause and rewind this, or pause and give yourself some time to graph this on your own. So shape 3, my first point is 2, -2. So I'm going to go over 2 and down -2, put a point, and check it off my list. Next, I have 4, -2. So that's to the right, 4, down, -2. I'm going to connect them with a line and check it off my list. We have 4, -4. So over 4, down to -4. Connect with a line, check it off the list. 6, -4 over 6. Down to -4, draw a line, check it off my list. Next, we have 6, -2 over 6, down 2. This is a very zigzagging shape. Check it off the list. 8, -2, so over 8, down 2. Draw a line, check it off. 8, -8, so over 8, down to -8. Connect with a long line and check it off. And then we have 6, -8 over 6, down to -8. Draw a line. Check it off. 6, -6 over 6, down 6. Connect with a line. Check it off. 4, -6 over 4, down to -6. Connect those. Check it off. Then we have 4, -8, so over 4, down 8. I have a guess of what this is making now. Check it off. 2, -8, so over 2, down to -8. Draw a line, check it off. Then 2, -2, which I already have, so it's just reminding me to connect this with a line. So we've created basically the letter H on our graph. Now, the other thing that we have to do is, after we've done our pictures, some of them are going to ask for the perimeter. So this looks like the only perimeter question on this side. So we are going to do the perimeter next. I'm going to grab another color just so you can see my steps. So the perimeter is the distance all the way around the shape. So I have to walk on every single one of these. And I like to count these as steps or jumps. So I'm going to start at one point and I have to travel all the way around the entire perimeter or the outside edges of this H. So I'm going to start here and step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this side was a 6 and I might like to list it if I need to. Okay. Next, we have 1, 2 over here. Or some people like to just keep walking and count it all. So if they got to 6, they might move on and say 7, 8, and then keep walking all together. I like to jot them down so I can see them later. Okay, over here we have 2 steps. Then we have 2 more steps on the inside of my H. 2 more down here. Now, if I take these steps, I could count them, or I know that it's 6 steps because the other side was 6 steps. 2 steps up top, another 2, another 2, another 2, and our final 2. So if I were to walk this, I could have kept count the whole time, or for me right now, I'm just going to add up all my sides. So 6, 2 more makes 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 and 6 more makes 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 steps or 32 units around the perimeter. So your job is to continue doing the rest of this page where you are doing shapes 1, 2, and 4 on the graph, but none of them ask for perimeter. It's just the graphing. Okay, if I flip this over or head to the next slide, we're going to do another example here. So we are going to do, we'll do the same type. We're going to do the shape over here in quadrant 4. That way we can see it down here and we can graph it up here. So I'm going to grab a new color. This again is shape 3. Lots of points here for shape 3. So once again, I'm going to show the shape and then count up the perimeter. So shape 3, we have 5, -2. So to the right 5, down 2, check it off. 6, -2, so over 6, down 2. Okay, I'm going to connect them, check it off the list. 6, -5, over 6, down 5. Draw a line. 9, -5 is next, so over 9, down 5. Draw a line. Now we have 9, -6, so over 9, down 6. Check it off the list. 6, -6, over 6, down 6. Connect with your line. Check it off your list. 6, -9, so over 6, down 9. I think I know what this shape is making. 5, -9, so over 5, down 9. Connect it with a short line there. Next, we have 5, -6, over 5, down 6. Draw a line. Check it off. 2, -6, so over 2 and down 6. I'm going to connect it with a line. Check it off. 2, -5 is next, so over 2, down 5. I connect it with a line and check it off. Next, we have 5, -5, so over 5 and down 5. Connect it. And then 5, -2, we are back to where we started, so we connect it. We made like a plus sign. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do again is count the perimeter. So I'm going to model sort of a different way to walk around the edges. So instead of keeping count right now, I'm still going to jump or take my steps, but I'm just going to count them one at a time until I make it all the way around my shape. So I'm going to pick a starting point. So I'm going to start up here in the top right point, and I'm going to count each step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, now if you liked to keep track and write 3s or 1s around the edges, you can do that, but I just took a walk around my shape and it took me 28 steps. Okay, we're going to head to the next set of today's review lesson. So we reviewed how to plot points. Okay, we always move right and left over before we move up or down on the Y. And now we are going to practice reflecting points. Okay, so what we notice, it says we name points by how far the points are to the left or right of the origin using the x-axis as a measure, and how far up or down they are from the origin using the y-axis as the measure. So we named the points as illustrated below. So they wrote the points and they gave us the coordinates in case the numbers are helpful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of freebies on this page, and we're going to label them together. So I am going to give, let's do the last 3, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to do those as freebies together. So 5 says we're going to reflect H across the y-axis, and we're going to label it M. So it's going to turn into a new point called M. So H, y-axis, turns into M. So I'm going to look up here. H is over here. I'm going to reflect it across the y-axis. So I like to kind of draw my little mirror line there. And H is going to reflect over to this side the same distance away, and we're going to call it M. So I like to count my steps. H to to the y-axis is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. And some people knew that because it was over at the 6th line. So I'm going to stay on the same line, but I'm going to go 6 steps to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go right here, and we're going to label it M. Okay, so we've done number 5. Next, I'm going to do number 6. Okay, it asks us to reflect M, which we just put down, across the x-axis, and we're going to label it N. Okay, so let's try this. M across the x-axis, and it turns into N. So here's M. Right above it up here is my x-axis, so I'm going to draw my little mirror line, and I'm going to reflect it across the mirror to the other side the same distance away. So I like to count my steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I do 6 on the other side of the mirror. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put my point, and it told me to label it N. So there we have a couple freebies. Let's do our final freebie on this side. Number 7 says, if you reflect A across the x-axis and then the y-axis, where's the new point located? And we have to give a coordinate. So I'm going to do a little marking here. I'm going to get some colors. We'll do blue. We start with A. We want to go across the x-axis and then the y-axis after that. So I'm going to look here. Here's A. So first it says x-axis. So here's my reflection over here on the x-axis. So I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to do 9 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 steps. Some people can do that without the steps just by knowing the numbers. Okay. Now, we reflected it across the x-axis, but I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to change colors here. I'm going to do like a pink. Okay, so that was step 1. Now, step 2, we still had to reflect it again. So here's the y-axis. Here's my little mirror point. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 more steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 steps. And that's my new point. Now, it didn't tell me to name it. It told me to locate it. So this point here is located at positive 9, because it was 9 steps over, and negative 9. So 9 steps below. My answer is 9 and negative 9. So there are some freebies. Feel free to pause and rewind if you need to. Watch it again a little bit slower or a second time. Okay, your job is to do the rest on this page, and then on the back, it's just more practice. I'm not going to do freebies on the back. I'm just going to walk you through it. So on the back, number 1 says you are plotting the points on the coordinate plane. So they told you where A, B, C, D, E, and F are. Locate them, put them on your graph, and put the letter next to it. Once you have all these points, then you're going to reflect B across the x-axis, label it G, and tell me where G is located. Then you're going to take G, reflect it across the y-axis, make it H, and tell me where it's located with coordinates. So like I said, feel free to pause and rewind this. This was a lot of review information all in one day. Okay, watch this video a couple times. Then head to your packet or your slides and finish all the ones that we didn't do yet. Good luck and do your best.